Hey everybody, how are y'all? It is garland day. Whoop whoop! We love garlands. Y'all know I specialize in garlands. They are my niche. So we are doing a garland. Now y'all have watched me put mesh on stuff a lot. So I already did it for the sake of this tutorial. I already did it. This is a 9-foot garland. It's my standard size. 9 foot's typical because that's what people put around their door. However, this customer, she gets 9 foot to put across her mantle. So I've talked to you about this before. When you have a door garland, everything's kind of facing up and out like this. When you do a mantle garland, it's going to be facing toward the front. So that way, when it lays just like this across a mantle, you're looking, everything's facing the front. It does make them a little bit easier, but it makes them harder to photograph. So let's get started. I used 4 different colors of mesh on this garland. I used a lime green, a pink, a purple, and this like apple green. Because I wanted to use a yellow or an orange, but I didn't have any. So I used this to kind of act as my lighter color. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our runner ribbon. Y'all know I like a runner ribbon. It fills in the garland nicely, and I'm going to do yellow. I like to use a cheaper ribbon for this because you use so much, and so this is a 50-yard roll. I think I got it at Craft Outlet, and it's just a 1.5-inch yellow ribbon. And so I'm going to start off with a tail. And I know, guys, I'm so sorry. It's so hard to get all of this in camera view. We're going to start off with a tail, and I'm just going to find these tines and place it in there. And then I'm going to just start doing some loops. So I'm going to loop it around this way. And so because this is a mantle garland and I have it laying in this U shape, basically everything's going to face toward the middle instead of coming out this way like I would typically do it. So we're going to loop front, and then we're going to loop up. Where typically on a door I'd loop out, I'm going to loop up. All right, then we're going to loop toward the front again. Now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and give it a cut. Instead of going all the way around, just because we're going to put a bow in the middle. And sometimes if you start looping through the middle, it gets a little wonky. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but today I am not. Now I am working in my kitchen, on my kitchen table, because there's some beautiful natural light coming in today. Nobody's home, so I can get away with it. And I have room, and so I can walk around both sides of my table and do this. Makes it a lot easier. So now I'm just going to start up here since I already have the ribbon here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make that tail. And make sure it's even, and then just come right across the same position. And add that tail. And then I'm just going to follow the same pattern, so I'm going to loop it up. And toward the front a little bit. Then I'm going to come back this way and loop up. Now this 9-foot garland I got from Sims Pottery. That's where I buy all my garlands. If y'all are wanting some, y'all can reach out to me, and I will definitely get those to you as cheap as possible. But if you happen to have grabbed some at Hobby Lobby during Christmas, those are probably the best ones to use at the best price. The garland, you know, it's not Christmas, so it gets covered up. And so we don't like to spend a ton of money on our base because you're just using it as a base. Now you also can, the same as a wreath, you can use the wire forms. if you wanted to do that, you can use the wire form. And those are pretty inexpensive. The wire forms are relatively inexpensive. It just takes more mesh to fill them in. But if those are easier to find, you just got to fill them up with some mesh and you can do the same thing. But y'all know I love my pine bases. I love them. All right, guys, we got our runner ribbon in, so let's make some bows. I hope I brought enough ribbon in with me. We're about to find out. So we're just going to make some simple bows. So we have some green plaid, a light pink, and this gorgeous like watercolor spring ribbon. I might have to run out to the garage and grab my other one. So we are going to make just our standard hand bow, and I'm going to show y'all a different way of doing it. This is how I used to do bows, and it's kind of how I do bows when I'm doing simple ones. So I'm starting with my top ribbon, which is going to be this pink. So I'm going to make a tail, probably about 10 to 12 inches, and I'm going to pinch it, okay? Then I'm going to make a loop, and then I'm going to pinch it. Then I'm going to twist it. Then I'm going to make another loop and come back up underneath it and pinch it again. And I'll make sure they're the same size. Oh, and then I'm going to snip it. And I'm going to bring that tail around to the front, and I have a mini bow. Then I'm going to take my second ribbon, and I'm going to come behind my first ribbon. And I'm going to do the same method. So I'm holding these with my thumb and my index finger, and I'm going to pull out this tail. And I'm going to pinch it in the same spot I pinched that pink, and I'm just adding it to my two fingers. We're going to loop it just a little bit bigger than the pink, and we're going to pinch it. And we're going to twist it. And we're going to loop it. And we're going to pinch it. So I'm just copying the same method I did with the pink, and I'm just adding it to my fingers as I go, working from the top down. Now we're going to take our bottom ribbon, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. It's a 4-inch, so it's a little bit harder, but you're going to have to pinch it, gather it up and pinch it in there, and make your loop just a little bit bigger than the last, and pinch it in there again, and twist it. I don't make bows like this a lot because I have arthritis in my hands, and I always have. I have like no grip. And so we're just going to pinch it and we're going to loop it. And so it makes it a little hard to hold it like this. So if you have an easy bow maker, this is the exact same method that you use, except you start with your bottom and just work your way up. But if you're just doing it by hand, it's an easy way to do that, and it made just a beautiful bow. So let's grab our pipe cleaner. Put it around our center, right where we have it pinched. And twist it off. Now, does that not scream spring? Holy moly. All right, we're going to make 2 more. So I'm just going to make them really quickly over here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go grab this other ribbon real quick. I'll be right back. Thought there was more on the roll than that. I don't know if there's enough to make another bow. Let's see. Ooh, maybe. We might can. Let's see. Now these are going on my ends, so they can be a little bit smaller. I want to use up the ribbon I got, but I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, oh no. We're cutting it close. Save it for another day. Save it for something else. All right, let's build our bow again. Now this time, I'm gonna start with the bottom. I just wanted to show y'all that method. As you can see, I don't grip it as tight when I start from the bottom. But the key to a beautiful bow is in the pinch and the twist. I love this ribbon because that white in the middle of those colors sparkles, and it's so stinking pretty, and it photographs beautifully. Wow, okay, see that bow? Those are not even loops. Those are not even. Let's try that again, shall we? My eyeballs were a little off on that one. Yikes. I've got me a nice pinch in there, so now I'm just gonna turn it the way I normally do and just build it up, because holding it like this is so much easier on my hand. I know I'm 30 years old, like what? But I swear I was born with it. I have never had good grip in my hands, ever. It's crazy. Like, you don't have to worry about me giving you a hard handshake whatsoever. But as long as you can get a good pinch and a good twist in that bow, then you can build it however you'd like. All right, there's number 2. All right, one more. Oh no, the wire is coming off of this ribbon. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what a waste. Oh, that just makes me so sad. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut it. It's coming off down here a little bit too. I'm gonna cut it right here. Hopefully the rest won't come off. Let's see if I can make it work. Still coming off. Guys, if you buy a ribbon and that happens from like Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop, contact them. They are so super nice about it. But this is from last year, so obviously I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just saying, I did receive some ribbon from the Wreath Shop once, and when you went to unroll it, it was folded in half on the inside, and so it was very, very badly creased, like it was unusable. And they sent me out another roll immediately, and they were so nice about it. And I'm not that person. I'm so easy to please. I'm so easy to work with. Like, if I could have made it work, I would have, but it was it was mangled. And they didn't know, because you couldn't see it until you started unrolling it. So just always remember to be kind. Kindness will go a long way with people. All right, let's twist this one off. Let's get these bad boys attached. Get this ribbon out of the way for just a minute. Let's get these attached. Now remember, this is going on a mantle, so instead of just putting it on like this, we're going to face it a little bit this way. And we're not going to put it directly on the end, we're going to come in just a little bit. I'm actually probably going to come in right here at this first loop. And guys, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. When you're making a garland, you kind of struggle sometimes trying to fill it up. You're like, man, I'm putting a lot of money into this garland trying to fill it up. So just like a wreath, the key to it is getting enough bows and ribbons in there that those act as your first fillers. And so when we bring this bow in this direction, it's already acting as a filler in this portion of our garland. So now we can add a little bit of decor down here, a little bit here, and that's really it. So it acts as a filler if you get it in the right place. Oh, I cut that tail long. All right, let's reach over here and do the same thing. Go around and twist. Now I'm just twisting it around the wire of my garland. Fluffing that bow out. Love the colors. Give them some short dovetails. Y'all know I got to dovetail as I go, because like this mess right here is driving me crazy. It has to look complete. What are we doing here? Like, what are you doing, tail? I don't think it knows. It's not wanting to bend the way I want it to bend. Bend down there. Not this way. Not this way. So pretty, so pretty. I already love it. Let's get this bow added. Making sure we're in the middle. Last thing you want is a bow that's not in the middle of your mantle. Of their mantle. If it was your mantle, you probably wouldn't care. You could move it around, but you know, one thing I have discovered is that customers know nothing about your design. So being like, you know, you can just, if the bow's a little off, just untwist it and reattach it. No, they're like, what does that even mean? So you need to make sure it is set up correctly when it arrives. Even though they're not going to hang it correctly, you just got to do the best you can, because trust me, they will hang it wrong. Most people hang it wrong and they're like, oh my God, I love it. No, you don't love it. Like, you would really love it if it was hung correctly. Trust me, you really would. Okay, so there is our bows. Now, I have a little bit more ribbon to add, and then we're going to add all of our goodies. So you see how full this already is. Now we are going to take our pink and we're going to do some loopies. So I'm going to do a tail and I'm going to do a loopy. Now tail's a little long, so I'm just going to do a little loop. Then I'm going to do a little clip. And I'm going to come right back in here in this hole and I'm going to add it. And again, we're just doing this as some filler. And I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing, making some little loops, and just sticking them in here. Because this ribbon is going to be some really nice filler. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it fills in those holes to the eye. more. I'm going to come down here to the end and do the same thing. It's not perfect, it's just a little pop of color, a little piece of filler. All right, now I'm going to grab the green. And we're just going to do 2 of these. And I'm going to do them right in here. I'm just eyeballing it. This is just kind of the middle space between the bows. So you got bow, loop, loop, bow. So I kind of just space these 2 in there. Cut it short. Do another loop. From the same area toward the front. And as I'm using these tines, I'm tucking them in. So I'm not covering them all up at first because I know I need to use them. And then as I go along, they start getting covered up and tucked in. All right, I think we're good on our ribbon. So there we are so far. It's already super full, right? Already super full. All right. Well, this bag is double knotted. Let me open this up. Start pulling out our goodies. All right, so what we have is a pip garland from Hobby Lobby. They come just like this. They are $11.99, so they're $12, and right now they're 40% off. That's like what, $4.80 off. So about, you know, 7 and some change. It's a pretty good price for this whole thing. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it in half. Now I'm not counting the hook, I'm counting where the pips start and where the pips end. I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna bring it down and see where I can cut it. So I have this area, now where's my snippers? There they are. And I'm gonna cut it in half-ish. Cutting it in half-ish. Okay, so there's one half, and here's the other, and I'm gonna cut this hook off. All right, now we're gonna take our pips, and we have our spine, and we're gonna spread them out. These are just beautiful little Easter candies. Super cute. All right, now we're gonna lay this bad boy into this garland, and we're laying it kind of in this top area here. So I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, I want it to be seen, obviously. So I'm gonna kind of start here, where it starts, which that wire's getting in my way. There we go. I'm just gonna tuck it right down in here, grab some pine tines, and twist them around it. Now I'm gonna come down here. I don't want it to squish any of my ribbon, but I don't want that spine to be seen. And so I'm just kind of tucking it in kind of where it falls and kind of where I want it, and just working my way down. I'm gonna come up under this loop here. I'm just gonna use the pine tines that are already on it and twist it. And just make it fit where you want it to fit. Take your time and make it work for you. Okay? And then once we get it twisted in like that, and you can move your mesh around too to kind of tuck it in a little bit more. Then once we get it put in, you can fluff, uh-oh, that one kind of came out. Fluff those pip berries out. Stand them up, move them around. Because this is just fun. Easter candy. They look like little tiny Easter eggs. So we want them fluffed out as a filler. So move it all around. Just like on a spray, you want to touch every single piece. That way you get all your use out of it that you paid for. And so then, I don't know, can y'all see? Oh, now y'all can see it. See? So it looks fun, right? Oh, gotta lay those back down. It's like a girl's dress standing up right there. Super cute. Okay, let me go around to the other side instead of trying to stretch. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. Find a place to get it tucked in and get it started. I don't want to squish any of my pips. Oh gosh, I hope my husband answers that. Sorry guys. Oh, sounds like you did. Benefit of working from home. Your office phone is in your living room. I'm going to pull this tail out. I don't want it squished. Move the mesh around. Gotta make it fall where you want it to fall. All right, and let's fluff this out again. Got some fluffing going on. Make them look pretty and cute and dainty. Bend some of them down in there. Some were a little too tall. So bend them, give them some life. They don't always just have, they don't have to just stand up straight. Bend them around, move them around. Just make them fun. All right, so that's where we are so far. You see them just dancing off of there. Isn't that so beautiful? So beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get our big pieces put in here, which are our eggs. What did I just do? Pink and blue. All right, so these are our Hobby Lobby eggs. We used them in the wreath the other day. They're my favorites. So I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing. Now I'm going to try to find the ugly side and place it toward the back because none of these eggs are pretty all the way around. They get injured in shipping for sure. All right, I'm just going to come right in here. Find a good place for it to attach. So, oh my gosh. Find a good place for it to attach to. Gosh, I could not get that word out. I think we're probably going to use 6. We might use 6 of them. Now when you're doing this too, see if you can pull up some more pine from the bottom just to give it something else to adhere to. Be generous with that glue. Don't be stingy. All right, we'll go, yeah, we'll go pink here. I love these eggs though. I think they're just so pretty. They're just pastel and beautiful. All right, we'll come up here with the green. I'm gonna try to alternate the colors. They're not super matchy-matchy. Now we'll go, let's see, right here. Green. And then we can go pink. And then we'll do a blue. And fantastic stopping point. That is a great stopping point right here. You have so much, it's like super full. You could even add a little more ribbon if you wanted to for something that's inexpensive, but this is a really great stopping point. Obviously, we're not stopping here, but you can. You absolutely can. Now, I brought in some of my green pieces from Hobby Lobby, but these might be a little big for what I'm going for on this mantle. I don't think we're going to add those. I also brought in some 60919. I think we're going to add this. For some flirty flowers. I think we're going to add this. We'll see. I'm going to cut it up. Now I have two of them. But as you can tell, we don't have a lot in this wreath. I mean, this garland. We don't have a lot of money in it. So that's why I'm okay with bringing in a couple of these. All right, let's fluff these out. I did bring in the pink because I kind of want to stay with the softness. Twirl those twiggies. Yeah, I think that's super, super pretty. Okay, so I'm going in here. I'm finding some pine to twist around it for some added security. And then I'm gonna glue it down. Now, since I'm using two of these, I'm gonna go ahead and break this other one apart. That way I can use the same piece up top as I did on the other side. And so I'm just sprucing it up a little bit, twisting my little twiggies around. Maybe even bend it a little bit and find a good place for it. If you can, wrap that pine around it for that security. Just help hold it in place. And now we're getting a wildflower look going on really easily with some of these fillers. 4 more. So we're going to go somewhere in the middle and then we'll go to the end. Fluff, 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 fluff it out. We're going to fluff, fluff, fluff it out. Let's see. Because it's going to be on a mantle, I definitely want some stuff coming out of it. So I think I'm going to work my way in here. Yes. At a diagonal. And I'm going to glue it right in there. That is beautiful. Coming out right there. I'm very generous with glue on garlands, guys, because you do not want those pieces missing. Okay, let's add the rest. Guys, if there are some broken pieces of my voice in this video, it's because everyone and their dog has needed my attention while I'm doing this garland. Ah! It happens. It happens. It is what it is. All right, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to come in here the same way I did on this side, and I'm just going to give it a nice tuck in there, and we're going to glue it down. I just love the way that's just sticking out of there, springing forth. All right, one more piece of the 60919. And this one's going to stick to the greenery and to the egg a little bit just because of where the placement is. So stinking pretty. So pretty. So springy. Okay. Now, let me bring out my favorites. I love adding these. Y'all know that. It's just a great inexpensive filler. I just need some more flowers in here. I'm not pushing them all the way up because we're going to stand some of them up. But we're only going to use a few of these. We're probably going to just use half of this bush. We'll see. We shall see. All right, give them some snips. Well, I say half. We'll do 6. That leaves 3. All right. Right in here. When I'm doing garlands, when I'm doing mantle garlands, I like for the middle third to have stuff kind of coming out of it from the top. I like that middle to be a little bit more full because that's the first part that catches your eye, and then it can kind of cascade down toward the ends. Come on, get in there. Just working these in some holes. Just some more fillers, different flowers, different fillers, different beauty. Now we're going to come right down here and go a little toward the front, in between this bow and this egg. I'm going to need some more glue. Okay, beautiful. Now, she had mentioned wanting some lettuce and carrots and bunnies in here. Now, I'm going to cut these lettuce that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're originally $9 or $8.99, but they go on, the vegetables go on sale every other week. But I'm gonna see how this looks. Well, I'm already liking it. Because of the bright green color, I think it's gonna look great. I should have saved a spot for it because I really didn't think I was gonna go in here. Let's see. It's huge. Some big lettuce. That's a big old lettuce head. But I think it's super cute. Now, know your customer, guys. And I know this customer, and I've made a lot of stuff for her. So, she's kind of one of those customers that's a pain in the butt. So I'm not gluing these down yet, okay? Because she's probably going to want me to take them out even though she asked for them. And I just don't want that fight. I don't want to fight with it after I get it glued in. So I'm not gluing it in yet. I'm just sitting it in here for an idea for you guys so y'all can see how it looks. And then I'll send her a picture and see how she likes it. I don't do this for a lot of customers, but she has bought a lot of stuff from me. And she's not too terrible to where I want to kick her out. I have had to put her in place before. I had to tell her, like, look, I don't think I'm the right person for you. She's like, yes, you are. I'm so sorry. Like, we're going to give it one more shot here, lady, okay? Because you're kind of working my nerves. But I think that's cute. A little garden going on with our lettuce. And so then I brought in some of my realistic carrots that I got from Michael's last year. So these are regularly $3. And I think I got them like 70% off after spring. So I grabbed a crap ton of them. So we're going to see about putting some of these in there. And so these kind of add a lot of color. And so you can kind of lay one right here in this ribbon. We can bring this one down here, right behind that egg if we wanted to do that. I personally like it because you have your spring and then you have your little vegetable garden. I think that's super sweet. I think it's really sweet. And so then if you got a couple of bunny heads and put here, I think that would be really cute. I think I might do that also, but I don't have any. So we're not doing that right now. Now I did bring in this other flower from Sims Pottery. I love this flower. It almost is as good as 60919. And it's a little bit cheaper. And it's just very pretty. And so to match these carrots, I'm going to put a few of these in here for pops of orange. So everything can kind of just tie in together. And I have 6, which is perfect. And I've used this one a lot. Like, look how many stems come on that. It's a ton. So it's very inexpensive. Okay, since we have our orange going on over here, we'll do some peaks of orange maybe coming out of this lettuce back here. And we'll just do a pop down here, coming out of that bow. So we're going to come here again. The carrots right there. Let's see. Maybe stand it up like that. They don't have to go in identical places, guys. But I think that is so sweet. So beautiful. I like the pops of orange. You have all those pastel colors. Then you throw in some brightness and it is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm not gluing this lettuce down because I know that she's going to be like, I don't like it. But we'll see. She could surprise me. Y'all, she's even told me one time, okay, just send it, and if I need to change anything, I'll change it. Like, what? Some people, y'all, and they will make you doubt your worth. They will make you doubt your product. And I'm like, I have made 500 sales on Etsy. You're telling me that you're the only person that wants to change my stuff? Come on. Like, get it together, lady. Get it together. Okay, guys, I think we are done. I hope y'all love it. Get inspired. It's spring. The sun is shining. I think we have one more cold snap, but guys, I love spring. I love spring. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I will see y'all later. Bye.